Hey everyone, welcome to this summary of Horizon 4's Update 15. Now, I wasn't expecting too much in terms of new content or features for this update, but there were definitely some surprises in the live stream that I was not expecting, but we will get to those soon. Let's start off right away here with the new season playlist. Alright, so the theme for this update is Great Rivalries, and starting with the overall rewards, at 50% you're looking at getting the Aston Martin Vanquish, and at 80% the Porsche 718 GTS. Then moving into summer, at 50% you'll get the Pumpkin Hat, and at 80% the Porsche 356 SL. There's also a new showcase remix based off of the motorcycle showcase, and then there is a new card of the game, the Rossion Q1, that you can get from Playground Games. Moving into autumn, the 50% reward is the new to the game Bugatti Divo, which I know a lot of people are excited about, and at 80% you have another chance to get the skeleton suit. There is also a chance to get the Remac Concept 2 in autumn as well. And in winter, you'll get the TVR Tuscan at 50% and the Koenigsegg CCX at 80%. There's also another new car coming to the game in winter, the BMW M3 GTS. I think it's the E92 chassis code. And finally for spring, at 50% you'll get the Koenigsegg CCGT, another new car which I'm pretty excited about, and at 80% the Porsche 917 LH. So kind of hitting that goal of keeping 4 new cars per update coming out. I'm personally pretty excited about these cars, and there's also a lot of returning cars coming in this playlist too. So definitely go through the seasons yourself if there are some cars you're after, because there are a ton of cars in this playlist that there haven't been too many other chances to get. So definitely check that out if there's something you are looking for. So moving on with the live stream, they definitely surprised me by adding a new story to the game. I wasn't expecting this. I thought they were kind of done adding content updates of this size, but definitely happy to see it. It's pretty cool. It's right up my alley. It's called Upgrade Heroes, and it focuses on taking stock cars that are a little more basic, if you will, and upgrading them into really cool purpose-built race cars. So for example, the first chapter focuses on the Datsun 510, turns it into kind of a wide body track spec car. Chapter 2 focuses on taking an Audi Quattro and turning it into like a Group B rally spec car. So it's a neat concept because you get to drive the stock car and then it comes out of the garage as just a purpose-built race car. So I'm definitely excited about that. This is probably one of the more interesting stories for me. And on top of that, the rewards are pretty appealing as well. Basically how it works is, assuming you 3-star everything, every car that you drive and upgrade is then unlocked and given to you. And I think they mentioned later in the stream that the final reward is the Koenigsegg Agera RS. So it's great to see that they're still supporting the game with these somewhat bigger content updates. Moving forward with this stream, they talked about something that's not coming in this update, but is hopefully coming by the next update, and that is blacklisting cars from both Rivals events and Online Adventure. So this is referring to cars like the Bone Shaker, the Peel Trident, or the Tractor that are just very clearly overpowered in their class. And what this new feature is planning to do is blacklist them from the events in which they're overpowered. So for example, if you really want to take a Tractor into S1 racing, they'll probably allow you to do that because it's not very competitive. But if we're talking more lower classes, B and C, especially with a little bit of off-road, the Tractor is kind of the clear winner there. So it'll probably be blacklisted, again, both in Online Adventure and from Rivals. And that does mean that the Rivals leaderboards will be cleared of any times that had blacklisted cars. So I feel like this was a bit of a cop-out solution. I don't blame them for it, but to really get to the root of the problem, I think they need to just update their PI system, which is clearly a little bit flawed, especially in these more outlier cases with things like the Tractor or 3-wheeled cars like the Peel Trident. But I would imagine it's a pretty huge nightmare to rework the PI system because that would change pretty much essentially every single car in the game, and that's just something they wouldn't want to get into this late into the game's life cycle, so maybe we'll see it for Horizon 5, but for now, I'm definitely happy with this. I really hope they're thorough with it, They didn't really specify which cars would be blacklisted or for what classes. They just said they were going to remove the worst offenders. So I'm sure we're going to see the most obvious things gone, like the Bone Shaker out of A class and the Tractor out of B class rally. But I'm curious to see how far they're going to take this. I kind of hope they get really in depth with it, because although there's always going to be some cars that are better than others, and that's perfectly fine, it's a little bit boring to see a leaderboard where pretty much the entire, at least maybe top 10 or 15% is comprised of just a single car. But we'll have to wait until at least the next update to see what comes of that. So again, moving on here, they did kind of tease something interesting. They said to make sure you save your Forzathon points because something is coming in the next update. Now, this doesn't sound like a car. It seems like this is a new feature, a new kind of UI system that they're adding, but I really have no idea what this could be. If you have any ideas, definitely let me know. I'm just totally clueless here and thinking of all sorts of wild ideas in my head. I'm very curious about what this could be, and I'm very excited that there's apparently going to be some new way to interact with and spend your Forzathon points. And after teasing that, they talked a bit about some bug fixes coming to the game, and one particular bug that I didn't even really know was a bug, I think most people didn't. The search field in the auction house will no longer reset every time you back out and research. So for those of you who spend a lot of time on the auction house trying to snag some really rare, hard to find cars, this will be a huge quality of life fix for you guys. It might make the whole kind of sniping and instant buyout scene a little bit more difficult, just because you're going to be able to research so much faster, but I think overall this is just a really nice QOL change. Finally, as per usual, they ended the stream with a Q&A session. A couple little interesting tidbits out of here. Somebody asked if there will be playground games blueprints, where you can kind of make a custom arena, which I thought was actually a really good question. That would be a lot of fun. But that is probably not coming because it would be kind of a whole new blueprint system. It wouldn't be able to piggyback off the existing blueprint system with checkpoints and stuff. They also mentioned that there is a series coming next year that has some rally cars in it. They also mentioned that there's another series coming next year that has some more down-to-earth British cult cars. So go ahead and kind of get your theories working on what those cars might be. It's nice that they're thinking that far ahead as well, that they already have kind of 2 series planned in 2020. So it's nice to know that we're going to be getting new cars for at least 4 more months. They also mentioned, somebody asked about doing a no clip mode in the camera, which I think would be a really nice feature. That's something that has definitely bothered me in the past, and I don't even take photos that much. So I know the more photography side of the community would be super happy to have like a no collision, no clip mode to the camera, and they kind of seemed like that might be possible. They mentioned that their debug camera already has the feature, and Torben, one of the devs, seemed optimistic about possibly adding that. So if that's something you want, definitely make sure that you kind of bug them in their Discord or Twitter or official support. Just make sure you get the word out if you want this, because I do think that this is very possible, and it seems like they do as well. And then finally, I know this is a hotly discussed topic, and we've heard the devs go back and forth a ton about this, the garage limit. They had originally said that I think it was going to stop at, what is it, 750 now? But apparently the possibility has opened up again. They are talking about raising the limit one more time. I think they should really just go nuts with it. Just make it 2,000 or something. Make it something ridiculous so they never have to deal with this again. And that was pretty much it for this summary of the Update 15 live stream. Thank you all for watching. I hope these videos are helpful so you don't have to watch the whole hour-long live stream. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks everyone for watching.